Hello, this is Julia from Department of Geography, and today I'm going to share with you the article which is related to my research field. It is Mission-Driven Agency at Local Policy Innovation and Empirical Analysis from Baoding, China. It is written by Xin, and it is published on the Journal of Chinese Political Science in 2017. Actually, at the very beginning, I want to share with you the three questions the author want to answer in his article. The first is that who plays key role in climate policy innovation, and the second is in which way have they generated the innovation and made it happen. The third is what are the outcomes of these policy innovations. To sum up, this is a paper which is about the relationship between mission-driven agency and climate innovation. To make my presentation clear, I just divided it into three parts. The first is introduction. Actually, in its introduction, the author adopted the CARS model, and at first, in move one, he established the territory, and he started by this sentence. It is widely recognized that China has seen a proliferation of local policy experiments or innovations in the opening and reform in the late 1970s. And he used this sentence to claim the centrality in this paper. And then he make the topic generalized. Use this sentence. Most of China's local innovation in the first 2 decades occurred in the economic sphere or in areas that have direct economic consequences. And following this, he used step 3, review the previous researches, and to demonstrate the central government has been encouraging the non-economic innovation. And then in move 2, he established the gap by using the sentences on the right. He indicated the gap by pointing out that most currently studies are just limited to the role of 2 micro political units, which means the central government and local government. And the field study has been taken to focus on the meso or micro units, like the local agency and the leaders of policy entrepreneurs. And then he pointed out what he is going to do is to understand how the everyday agents of policy play a role. Then we move to the move 3, address the gap. As is mentioned before, and there is a huge gap, and then we move to the move 3, address the gap. The author outlining the purpose, and he demonstrated the methodology and research perspectives which are applied in this paper by using the sentences on the right of the slide, and he attempted to unpack the local state instead of treating it as a monolithic entity. Yes, and then he announced the principal findings briefly. And then we move to the part 2 of my presentation, and it is about the literature review. Actually, it is a little difficult to combine the government's daily routine with the complex theories, and then the author organized this part in such a way. He divided it into 4 parts. Part 2 is the topic generalization and review previous items of research. And he firstly outlined the research about how the central government and local government work to produce local outcomes. And then he introduced the way of making policies, innovation, and economic material aspects. And in this aspect, the central government and local government, they have the same goal and they can work together. And after this, he zoomed the research in he zoomed our attention into the environmental policies, where the local government like incentives to conduct innovation. And in part 2, he placed the study in a particular theoretical debate to demonstrate local administrative and functional agency have been studied due to their role in making policy innovations. And following this, the importance of this research is highlighted. And firstly, he find a gap in existing researches, as it's shown in the slide with the purple sentences here. The paucity of organizational level, mental level analysis arguably leaves a gaping hole in our understanding. And then he filled the gap by unpacking the local states and focusing on the mission-driven agency. And in the last part, he combined the theoretical findings with the case. From the case of voting, the local government agency conducts innovation in 2 ways, which means the professional peers involved and trained. And then he pointed out how the system works. It is the process of making policy. And finally, he shows how the communities of practice and experimentalists work. Okay, let's move to the part 3, language feeders. Yeah, actually, I have outlined 6 feeders, but due to the time limitation, I just focus on the 5th, adverbial clause before the main clause. The reason why I think it is important is because it can combine the 2 opposite attempts altogether. This is to say, in the adverbial clause, we can express the importance of previous researches. And following this, in the main clause, we can also point out the limitations in previous researches and to start our own research attempt. I think it is more useful in expressing our it is very important in starting. I think it is very important. It is very important and useful when we want to start the demonstration of our own research. Okay, that's all of my presentation. Thank you for listening.